Hey guys, this is JR from BlizzPro.com. We are at the end of BlizzCon. Day 2 has basically finished up. We can still hear Linkin Park in there kind of jamming out a little bit, but things are starting to filter out. And, there wasn't any big announcements today because there normally isn't on a day 2. All that stuff happened yesterday. We get to play a lot of games, and I'm here joined with Cooterz, who you have seen on our YouTube page doing the Hearthstone meta report. So we got to play a lot of Hearthstone this weekend, right?
Yes, definitely. I did play the demo stuff for the new expansion, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty basic. They didn't give us a lot of kind of insight into it, but just a teaser, I guess you'd say. It was really, really fun, though. I mean, I did play through at least 3 times. The lines were short, so that was nice. But I'm definitely excited to see it. I think it's going to change the meta quite a bit.
Yeah, so it was the League of Explorers. There was we got to play one of the scenarios, basically, and it was I don't remember, you had to escape like the Colosseum or something like that, and so you had 9 turns to do it, and basically what you were doing was you were kind of attacking their minions because you couldn't like attack their face. Because the idea wasn't that you had an opponent, it's just you had to survive 9 turns. And it was kind of cool because the decks that you generate, you know what's kind of coming. They can also play stuff that kind of damages your board. You have a wall that collapses and destroys all your minions at one point. So it's kind of like, a puzzle that we've gotten to know in adventure mode. The other things that we got to see, though, was the new cards and the new card mechanic Discover, which works sort of like tracking, except instead of taking cards from your deck, you get to choose from 3 random cards based on what it is. So with Discover, what do you think? How do you think Discover is going to change the game? And was there any cards in particular that you saw that you're going to add to any of your decks while you ladder up?
That's a tough one. I think Discover is going to be really useful for any tempo decks when you might not have that card that you need, like a 3 cost or a 4 drop, and you just kind of want that in your hand, just to kind of get one for the next turn or have one later on. And they did say that they would try to make them synergize with their deck. I'm not sure what that means, but we'll see. And I think it could be pretty powerful. You could get some dead cards, but some really, really nice cards. And as for that, I don't know. I saw one. I think there's one spider card that did a 3 cost mana card that would be added to your hand, and I don't know if I'd use it. I'm trying to think of what deck I would use for it, but I think you might see cards like that in maybe a mage deck, but I don't know for sure. It's going to be tough to see because I only saw one card. I don't know. Did you see any other ones?
As far as Discover, the only one that I saw that was interesting, and I'm not even sure if it would see competitive play, is the legendary Murloc. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, which allows you to choose one of 3 random hero powers, and that replaces your hero power. I guess if you're a rogue, because rogue has really the worst hero power in the game, and you wanted to play like a rogue Murloc deck, that'd be kind of cool because I think every time I did it, I was able to get the Warlock hero power. So I can sit there and draw cards, which was way better than getting that little 1/1 dagger. So the other games that I think we got to play, you said a little Heroes of the Storm, a little of Arena.
I did, yeah.
So what did you think of Arena?
I thought Arena was, at first I went into it and I was thinking it was going to be a beat 'em up type of game. You go in there, you just pound your auto attack, hit one skill. But no, it's actually pretty much the complete game, just kind of a smaller mini game, if you will. And it has side objectives, and it's not really concentrated too much on just, team fights and kill the team. Of course, that's the main focus, but there is the side objective of winning, which I played the forest level where you had to collect seeds. And, we lost a game because we're so focused on just destroying the other team that they were just going in and ransacking and taking our little seeds, and we lost because we were just thinking, we'll just kill everyone. It was not the right strategy, but we did win. So
yeah, I think I got to play. One of the cool things is you get 3 chosen heroes that are on the board, and your whole team has those 3, and then you got to kind of decide on which hero you want. And these guys that are filming actually had one of those scenarios where everybody was Thrall. All you can choose was Thrall, and that was for both teams.
Did not see that. Wow.
So, just imagine 10 thralls going out,
That's
sundering each other, and stuff like that. So we got Charlie over here, who
Hi.
just decided to finally join us.
Well, Jimmy begged me to let him play arena mode, and I heard you guys talking about it. 10 Zagaras, imagine that one. Bugs and creep everywhere. It is ridiculous.
So, 10 Zagaras.
10 Zagaras.
And was all the maps always like the seed map?
No, there's actually a Sky Temple map too, where temples pop up everywhere, and you control various temples. Like there's small temples up at top, and then there's one main temple that's always constant. So it's a little bit of a different struggle. It's a lot of fun though. Also, Trixler, 10 Murkies earlier.
Oh wow, 10 Yeah, would you play a game with 10 Murkies?
Yeah, I'd be up for anything. I think any of the 10 kind of any classes are always interesting because, the strategy really changes when you have 10 of the same thing. Just kind of like, I don't know, should I try to trick my opponent? Should I just spam, like the most OP skill I can think of? And I think it's just a different dynamic. I think that's really cool that they add that in there. And they make you do the 10 thing now.
I think what I want to see is 10 Abathurs just going in there, slapping each other, hatting each other. Yeah.
Ultimate Evolution, an Abathur, so you can have 6 Abathurs.
Yeah. That would be a lot of fun. So the final game that we're going to talk about is everybody's favorite FPS, Overwatch. I got to play quite a bit of it this weekend. That was my go-to game. I'm unfortunately not in the beta. You're unfortunately not in the beta. How did you get in the beta?
I don't know. No, I have friends, and that's how I got in. But it's an awesome game. If you can check it out, if you're at BlizzCon and you played it, I'm sure you can vouch. It's so fun. And honestly, the most frustrating game I've played in a long time because I'm so competitive with every game that I play. This game, it's like Team Fortress 2, but honestly better, like quite a bit better. And I didn't get to play here, unfortunately, to try out the new characters, but I was like, you know what? I'll stream it. I'll play at home, chill out and do that stuff. But honestly, it's a really good game, and I know it's gonna get way better. And there's so many things they can add to it. They're adding new characters, but there's different game modes, and the mechanics are great. And they're always just doing little tweaks.
So, who is your favorite character right now in the beta that you enjoy playing? I know that it kind of depends on if you're attacking or defending, potentially what kind of map you're going. But what character have you really kind of focused on?
I don't feel like I'm picking the cookie cutter like Widowmaker. I like sniping Pharah because I played stuff like Quake and UT, and it was an easy transfer over, playing that rocket type aspect. But I think my favorite champion or hero that I've been playing is Reinhardt because even when you charge someone, even if you miss, it's just hilarious. Just the aftermath of things, or when you hit someone that you didn't mean to, it's one of those like, oh, totally meant to do that. It's so funny.
Yeah, Reinhardt's probably one of my favorites. One of the new characters that they revealed this weekend was Diva, who goes around on a mech and very tank-like, gets to kind of shoot up in the air. And one of my favorite abilities with her is after you die or whatever, she pops out of her mech and can still run around. And then her Q ability will slowly go back up, and as it gets to 100%, you can pop it again. She gets back in her mech and can just start destroying stuff even more. But if you're in the mech, then her other Q ability while you're in there is you can abandon the mech and have it explode. I actually had a play of the game earlier against a bunch of streamers up in the press room where they were all huddled around the defense point, and I just ran in there as fast as I could and went, boom, I'm gonna explode, and I killed 5 of their guys. So Charlie, you gotta play a lot of Overwatch. Did you play a lot today?
Yeah, I got about 4 or 5 games in. I'm really enjoying Lucio, I think. I'm not sure how you say it. Lucio. He is just so much fun. Like, the music change, the feel of the way you're playing. He's almost like what Tracer is, except he can heal everyone on top of it. Skating on walls is endlessly fun. In the payload matches, when you're having to push something forward, he's just giving everybody that speed boost behind a tank wall. I love playing him, and I've had to switch off of him here and there, but I think once I do get a chance to actually get my my hands on this game, I'm going to main him. I also thought it was interesting at the panel today. They said kind of like they're not really going to do any novels, and the story's just going to be within the game, but they're not. It sounded like there's not going to be a single player either. It's mostly going to be like contained within comics and graphic novels. So it should be interesting because these characters are all very lifelike and very cool looking, and you want to know more about them, and they're kind of like, well, you got to find the Easter eggs or wait for the comics. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, and you weren't even interested really in the game until you played it today, because I remember we were up in the press room and I'm like, hey, let's go play Overwatch. And he's like, I've never played Overwatch before. I don't even know what I'm doing. And I'm like, I'll just grab a character and let's go. And you were immediately hooked.
Yeah, it was very quick because I hear shooter games, even Team Fortress, like I never really enjoyed them, but there's something about Overwatch that just makes it amazingly fun to just jump right in and play, and just the whole feeling of the random objectives and the kind of the quick tone of the matches. It's a lot of fun, and you don't feel like you're just getting punished for not playing a lot of first-person shooters when you play Overwatch, which is how I felt when I play anything else.
Yeah, so to wrap it up, I know this was your first BlizzCon. This is my 7th BlizzCon. I think I've only missed 2 total. Is this your first BlizzCon? This is your first BlizzCon, too. So I'm going to start with you then. The question I'm looking for is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rank this experience? I know you've been to other conventions.
Yes, I have.
How do you rank this experience with BlizzCon? How do you feel it's different from other cons? And just, did you have fun?
Well, obviously I had a great time. Overall experience, I was so busy, but I'm really busy at other conventions, so I didn't get to see everything. I'd give it a solid 8. I think it was good. There's a little bit they can work on, but the one thing that really separates this from other conventions is it's really close-knit family in a sense that everyone's here for Blizzard games. That's what it's about, and it's so much hype going on around, and people are even here just not to play a game, but just to hear, about future expansions and stuff like that. It's just amazing, really. You go to any other convention, and you just kind of, people go around, I want to play this game, I heard about that game, but over here, I know what's happening, and I want to hear about the new stuff, It's really cool to see everyone kind of gather around for the one gaming company. It's amazing.
So Charlie, yesterday you gave it a 9.5 out of 10. You've had another day to experience BlizzCon. What are your thoughts now?
I'm going to stick right there. I mean, same reasons. I played with you for almost a year now. I played with Jimmy. The Heroes Power Hour has just been so much just so great to me, and I've had so much fun, and to finally come to a place where I meet all you guys, that in itself makes it like a very high experience for me. Now, as far as the con goes, I mean, there is just so much going on at every moment. There's never a dull moment. If you're a very active person and you want to go find something to do and you don't mind waiting in a line here and there, you can have a great time. Overwatch, I feel like maybe they might have underestimated how many people were going to want to play that and probably could have made some more space for it. Same thing with all the new Heroes modes. So I'll say 9 just because I think it could have been planned a little better, but overall the entire experience was so much fun.
Yeah, it was definitely a really fun BlizzCon. As far as BlizzCons go, I ranked it pretty low yesterday just for the announcement's sake because there in past BlizzCon, I mean, last year we had Overwatch, we had a new IP. Years before that, we've had new expansions get revealed and things like that. There was no new games that really got announced. Yeah, we got a new adventure mode in Hearthstone that everybody really knew that we talked about. I was disappointed that there wasn't more with Hearthstone than just the adventure mode. I was hoping to see some tournament mode or things like that, so that was kind of a letdown. So I had it a little bit lower. But as far as hanging out with the people here and hanging out with you guys and getting to talk about these games, that's what makes it fun. So anyway, if you want to see our stuff, as I said, I'm jr@blizzpro.com. You can catch me on Well Met Podcast or Heroes Power Hour. We've got Charlie here, who's also on Heroes Power Hour with me. And Cooterz here, you can catch her on the Girls Gaming Network or on our YouTube videos where she does the meta report every week. Thanks again, guys, and hopefully we'll see you next BlizzCon.